Hello, my name is Jack Fairley. This is Kate Hairmeister, and this is Sydney Hairmeister. So, today I'll be talking about how to use an insulin pump. What is a pump, you may ask? What do they do? Pumps do anything you can really think that they do. So pumps can pump air, pump gas, etc. For me, my pump pumps insulin into my body since I cannot produce it myself. So, I've had diabetes for 16 years. I got it in October of 2004 when, after Halloween, after I ate a bunch of candy, and I was throwing up and constantly urinating. And so my parents took me to the doctor and they checked my blood sugar levels and I was 400. And the average blood sugar is 80 to 120. So they knew automatically that I had what they called back then was juvenile diabetes. So they took me to the doctor and my parents thought that everything was just going to be easygoing until they found out about the pump. And that's what we'll get into. First, type 1 is a chronic disease where the beta cells in your pancreas begin to not produce insulin. So as you guys go throughout your day, you're constantly producing insulin, constantly maintaining the same energy levels. For me, I can't produce insulin right off the bat like you guys, so I have to be constantly checking my blood sugars and constantly putting in insulin. So it's kind of a drawback to like the normal lifestyle. But that's where the pump comes in. So I started using the pump when I was around 5 because in preschool, my father, he would have to come to school every day, preschool. He quit his job and he had to come to school every day, check my blood sugar and administer a shot 4 to 6 times a day. And it was a really big hassle and a really big strain on our family since my mom was the only one working. But since we found out about the pump, I learned how to use it at the age of 5 or 6, and it's made everything so much easier. It's made me really independent and responsible of my own disease. But we'll get into how to use it later. Next, let's talk about insulin. Insulin is a growth hormone, or an anabolic steroid as you might call it, that lets glucose into the cells to maintain solid energy levels. People check their glucose with glucometers, which I used to use on my arm and my pinky, and I would have rough scars everywhere, or a CGM, which is on my shoulder, called a continuous glucose monitor, which actually links to my phone. And so when it links to my phone, I can go directly to my pump, and I can check it during class. I can check it whenever I'm out doing things as normal people would who don't have to check it. So next we'll talk about how to use the insulin pump. So the pump is administered on my stomach through an injection, and there is a reservoir tube in my pump that holds insulin. This insulin is pushed up slowly but surely as I administer carbohydrates and your blood sugar. So that's the cool thing about having a pump. When you did shots, you'd have to take a shot for your blood sugar and a shot for all the carbohydrates you would eat. So with the pump, I can go into it and I administer my blood glucose and then my carbohydrates. And then at the end, it calculates it all up for me and I press next and then it delivers insulin straight into my body. So that's the cool thing about having a pump. And you don't have to do it, you don't have to change it around like every 4 to 6 times you eat. All you do is move it every 4 days. So there's no building up of scar tissue near your veins or like on other parts of your body where you're constantly shooting your arm. Overall, using an insulin pump is a very, very easy and the best manual way to deliver insulin into the body. Going through both shots and a pump, I could definitely go to somebody and say the pump is definitely the way to go to be able to have a better quality of life. So if you ever see anyone taking a shot for their insulin, tell them to switch over to the pump. Thank you.